Hey guys, it's Lainey and today's Top 5 Wednesday. Today's topic is the top 5 books that have made us cry. This was actually my most difficult because I actually haven't cried in a lot of books. Putting together 5 was actually incredibly hard for me because I can only say I probably cried about 3 of them. So 4 and 5 are kind of just ones where I felt like I would have cried, but it just didn't happen. I tend to cry more at movies all the time than I do in books, and I just don't know why. So let's just get started. Coming in at number 5 is The Unbound by Victoria Schwab. While I didn't actually shed a tear, I just felt so incredibly heartbroken for Mac during this book because she's going through a lot of things that has affected her from the first book, and it's just like my heart just broke for her. I just felt so bad for her. I felt relatable to her. I just felt so deeply mournful for the things that she had to go through in this book, and that's why this one's at number 5. Coming in at number 4 is The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken, and this part that made me cry was the very last scene. Everybody knows what it is if you've read it, so I'm not even going to say it because it's way too spoilery, but while also I did not shed a tear, I was reading it going, no, she's not doing that. Why, what, and my heart broke again because everything that is just frustrating. It was frustrating but sad and heartbreaking all at the same time. Now coming in at number 3 is a book on my Kindle, and that book is actually a series, and that series is, what's the actual series called? Monsters in the Dark by Pepper Winters, and the books are Tears for Tess, Quintessentially Q, and Twisted Together. And while I haven't finished Twisted Together yet, there has been moments in every single one of those books where I've cried. I wouldn't say it's for fans of 50 Shades of Grey, but if you have read 50 Shades of Grey, it's like the same thing, but totally better. And it's so beautifully written that it was such a sad and beautiful story, and that her writing is so beautiful, and you really, sometimes it's a hit or miss for these kind of books if the writing is actually good, and I can definitely say that this writing is brilliant. It's so beautiful, and the character development is out of this world for this type of book, and it's definitely my favorite series of that kind of genre, I guess I would say. I felt so bad for all the characters, and you get so attached to them, and then you just feel bad, and then yeah, there was a few moments where I shed a couple tears, so that series comes at number 3. Coming in at number 2 is a book series that's also on my Kindle, and that is the Vampire Academy series by Rochelle Mead, specifically Shadow Kiss. The funny thing is, it wasn't even the part that most people I feel like would cry at, like the very ending of that thing that happened at the end. You know what I'm talking about? It was actually just like a random scene between Dimitri and Rose that they were talking, I think, on the grounds, and he probably used Rosa, and I don't know. It was just so sad what he was saying, and then I was just like realizing as I'm like reading, you know, like this in my bed, that, or I guess like this in my bed, that like tears were coming down my face, and I'm like, what? So that one's number 2. Coming in at number 1 is Champion by Marie Lu. Pretty much everything at the end made me cry. The thing that happened, the epilogue, everything. And I was just like in such a book hangover after I finished it, I couldn't even function. I'm just sad thinking about it. Because even though it's satisfying, yeah, you're dragged through the mud before you're satisfied. So that's why this one's number 1. Those are my top 5 books that made me cry. What are some books that have made you cry? I would love to know. Hope you guys all have a great Wednesday, and I will see you guys later. Bye!